stopping in the studio and chatting with us this morning. We have the producer, director, and a cast member for Yellow Rock. With us in the studio, Lenore, Andriel.
Correct.
We have Nick Vallelonga.
Yes.
And we have Joe Billingiere. And they are all part of Yellow Rock, and it looks fascinating. We're just seeing the flyer and the trailer.
We're excited by a picture
I mean,
here.
you know, you captured us with a picture. You really captured me with between greed and betrayal lies Yellow Rock, a hard place. It's ingenious.
Thank you.
And I understand it came from you.
Yeah, it was in the middle of the night kind of a thing, and I was trying to come up with a tagline, and I kept thinking about actually the through line of the story, which is about the characters being caught in between a rock and a hard place, and I thought it kind of flows, it works.
Writer, producer,
Female lead.
director,
Yes.
and cast member. Let's talk about directing Yellow Rock, all in one, I think, area, somewhat one area.
Yeah, out in Santa Clarita, at a very famous motion picture ranch. Right?
Yeah, the Vallelonga movie
Vallelonga
ranch.
Is that Gene Autry? Did I hear somebody
Yes.
say? Yeah.
Yeah, they made a lot of great westerns out there, and it was a tough, grueling. You know, it's an independent film, so it was hot out there. I mean, there literally days were like 118, 120. For us to shoot, and guys.
It's boot camp. This isn't a film. This is survival stuff.
So it was a little nuts, and there was a lot involved. A lot of horses, a lot of gunplay, a lot of Indians, and good old-fashioned western. But it was a really fun shoot.
Which I love, old-fashioned westerns into it. I can't wait for this to be out. And it's going to be out on the 7th for everybody.
Everywhere. It's nationwide on August 7th.
So what is this? What's the, without giving away
Yeah, don't give it away,
the
but
plot,
give
but
us-
what's the concept behind the movie?
It takes place in California in 1880, and the idea is that this is really Black Paw territory. And the Black Paw tribe actually doesn't exist. We made this up because what we wanted to do was to sort of show that so many bands and so many tribes actually are no longer in existence. So we made this
Which
tribe.
is a sadness.
It
in
is a
itself.
sad thing,
I mean, it
yeah.
is so sad.
Correct. And when my writing partner, Steve Doucette, and I decided to do something, we were actually very influenced by Dances with Wolves. So
Great
the
film.
idea
And
that
it's
gonna
it's
be
featured here,
there,
yes.
and we're screening right afterwards is thrilling to us. And so it's basically the idea that this is Black Paw territory. And they're sort of dwindling as time is going on because they're being pushed back and the whites are coming in. And there's a search and rescue mission that happens. I'm a doctor that helps to take care of them and cure them of the ills of the white man. And the search and rescue mission comes in and we all go off to try to assist them, these people that have been lost in Black Paw territory.
Sounds fascinating.
And it becomes a roller coaster ride of good, bad, evil, ugly, disastrous.
Gunfights, the whole thing.
It gets
I
pretty
bet you really,
crazy.
I interviewed Michael Blake about 3 years ago at
Michael Bean.
Flagstaff, and he's a fabulous writer. Dances with
Oh, yes.
yes. And I bet you're really excited about being able to talk with him, and I'm sure you will
I can't
be.
wait.
Yes.
I can't wait.
He's fascinating. He's a fascinating character. He was a great interview. Your background a little bit, Joe. Tell us about you.
I'm Cherokee on my mom's side. My grandmother was Cherokee, and I'm Italian on my dad's side, from Calabria, Italy.
Great combination.
So we got some Italian blood in this.
A lot of it.
Great combination.
Right. It worked for my parents, I guess.
In acting, your background in acting, I'm sure this is not your first film role.
No, I've been an actor since the early 90s, and I started out as a stunt double for Steven Seagal.
Oh.
I was with him as a student for many years, and I liked the industry, and then I sort of came out on my own, and I've done a lot of stuff.
He got thrown into the mix. Lenore, before I came on board, Lenore had cast some of the roles, and he was cast as a certain character. And the day we had to shoot, the chief, which was one of the lead roles, our chief became ill, and Joe was playing another role. And we went, guess what, Joe? And he goes, okay. I go, we're doing it in 10 minutes, and here's the script, and So he was a real trooper, and it was quite a fun day.
Yeah.
But I think what you see when you see this movie, why we've been getting such acclaim, is that it looks like a good old-fashioned Western, and it has everything you would want in a Western. So that's what we tried to do. We wanted to make it. She had a good storyline that she wanted to tell and a message, We also wanted to make it entertaining and fun, and a throwback to, like, we were talking earlier before we went on about Shane.
Yes.
A throwback to those type of westerns that fathers and sons and parents and kids could go see together.
That seems
Yeah.
like a winning combination for decades as
Exactly.
far as popularity in the
That's what we want to do. We
office.
want to do a throwback to those type of films, so, and that's what I think we have.
And a moral lesson.
Exactly.
We are missing that.
Yeah.
Not just in
Yes.
westerns today, but I think in any movie.
In any
Your
movie.
thought on that?
Well, interestingly enough that you should say that, I was just thinking about that. The message here, of course, is about this dissemination. We're just making this poor tribe absolutely disappear over greed and et cetera.
Oh, yeah.
But it's still, things like this are still going on with Native Americans. It's still happening in this country. And also, we're still doing it overall as on a planetary level.
Exactly.
Right.
My thoughts were going there when you were talking. I was hoping
Right.
you
What
were
was
going to get there.
interesting about our script, and I think the film, is that, usually, like you were talking about good guys and bad guys, cowboys and Indians. It's not the Indians are not bad guys and the cowboys are not good guys. It's a mix. It's a little bit different, and I think you got to see the movie to
But that's
to
the
see
real
that.
world anyway.
Well,
Not
that's
all
the
the
real world.
cowboys were good.
Exactly.
Right.
No,
Exactly.
and not all, obviously, but I think when we look at the westerns of years past, even though you had a win or loser type of feel, you still had that moral thing. Indians were
Yes.
not placed in that negative context so much.
Right.
Right.
And you've won a number of awards. Very
13.
quickly.
Yeah, lots of awards.
Best Picture. Actually, we won Best Western from the Western Heritage Museum, which is True Grit won
That's-
last year. 310 to
major.
Yuma. It was major.
That's
310 to Yuma the year before.
Yes.
Yes.
that was
That's
a
good
big
company
award.
there.
Harris Ford
Really
gave
is.
us the award. It was his last event
Yeah.
that he did.
How
So it was
cool
quite
is
an honor.
that?
It was great.
Really
It was
was.
really
Major.
great.